Well, I can't say too much, but it's pretty exciting. There's going to be some major plot developments with her, so I hope everyone stays tuned. There's going to be like a killer from the past, and Susie's like just really good at her job, so it might get her into a little bit of trouble. And I've always been sort of interested in forensics, but kind of got, ironically, a little tired of the procedural shows. But I met this woman by chance at a costume party in the LA Zoo, and it was Halloween. And it turns out she was like, "I'm such a big fan of the show, Rizzoli and Isles. I'm a medical examiner. Please come down to my lab. I'd love to take you on a tour." So she totally invited me down to the LA forensics lab. So she took me on a tour, and I got to see this incredible lab in sort of downtown LA, a little bit further. So it's a really high tech, beautiful lab with all these different floors. One for ballistics, and another place for DNA kits, and then another spot for just evidence. It was really cool, really really cool. I'd like to think I'm not someone who gets grossed out by those things, but I have to say sometimes the props and set, like when they put like a fake body on the steel table in the autopsy room, it can be pretty gruesome sometimes. Like I think I was like, huh, like I think I need to step out for a second, but I was totally fine. I just really love this idea that Susie seems so. At first, everyone thinks she's like nerdy and buttoned up, and actually, she's got all these really quirky interests. Like she just doesn't care how people see her at all. So, I mean, it makes sense that she wouldn't mind being naked around people. There's like a sense of freedom for her. I mean, I wish I had that for myself. Yes. I mean, maybe not in the day way like the way I dress day to day or when I go out or whatever, but I definitely am extremely shy about being naked. I was saying to somebody recently that I did the Korean spa thing for the first time. And that's the naked, you got to be, totally naked. And I just remember because I was going with a friend. I think the first experience should have been by myself, but if a friend didn't make me go, then I probably wouldn't have. But I was just being hyper cool, like, yeah, how are you? Yeah, and I was like, just get naked really fast, like, don't make a big deal out of it, and like, I totally. She must have been like, wow, you were really anxious to get naked, very, very anxious. But yeah, I was super shy about going into the pool, like when you have to walk down a ladder and walk up a ladder in front of someone nude. I didn't want her to see my bits from that angle, I guess. Not a flattering angle. Then up. There's so many favorite moments. I mean, sometimes Angie and I can't look at each other because we'll crack each other up because the relationship between Jane and Susie is very very strong. You know what I mean? Like Susie looks up to her, but she's also fearful of her, but she also kind of judges you know Rizzoli's tactics. So she's kind of grown a lot through their interaction, but Angie, sometimes because it's so awkward between the two characters, Angie and I just can't. We just can't. She like looks at my face and she's like, "I gotta look away. I gotta look away," and vice versa. We're just trying to. She also likes to ad lib at the end of a scene, so she always has a ridiculous button at the end. They usually involves body parts. I don't know. I don't know. And Sasha's great too. Sasha's just so warm and like a real actor and is so generous. Even playing a character like Maura Isles, who's a bit of a she's not autistic, right? She just has sometimes difficulty. She's very analytical and doesn't connect emotionally, and um, Sasha's just very, very good at walking that line, being present enough, but also having all those scientific terms down. And, she's just really amazing to work with. Yeah. So both of them, they're just so great. It's a good time. I don't think that it is that common to have many shows that have strong female leads. So I think people connected to it. I think the audiences out there, audiences in general, are ready to see stories that involve real people. You know what I mean? Human beings or strong female leads. I mean, just look at Mad Max. Um,
Yeah.
that's a great example of people being ready to see a strong female lead. So I think that sets it apart because it was different. It gave really the women in the show a good focus, and plus Bruce and Jordan are fantastic as well, and Lorraine and Idara. So um, I think the comedy helps. It shows two women that are friends, but also working professionals. It doesn't show two women competing or being catty or fighting over a man or anything like that. They're genuinely two people, two women that respect each other and think of each other as best friends. So that's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's why Broad City is so popular too, and other female centric shows now. So that's great. So things are changing in Hollywood too in that way. Um, Slowly but surely, there's progress, but of course, we want more.